Hello, everyone. My name is Maya Smith, and I will be talking about hypertension, also known as the silent killer. All information I will be sharing comes from an Invitation to Health brief edition by Lisa Tunks, 2023. What's the big deal? Are you aware that one dangerous chronic disease can seem to have no symptoms? Hypertension, also known as high blood pressure, is the dangerous chronic disease that affects 3 in 10 adults over the age of 18 in the United States. Tunks 2023. That is around 65 million men and women. Tunks 2023. That means that 3 in 10 adults are at risk of heart attack if they have hypertension. When hypertension is left untreated, this can result in heart attack, stroke, kidney disease, and even blindness. Tunks 2023. Hypertension is also often referred to as the silent killer since there are no physical symptoms. I will be discussing in this video what hypertension is, people at risk, and what each person can do to eliminate hypertension, especially those at risk. What is hypertension? Hypertension is a chronic disease that forces the blood to push against the artery walls, meaning the pressure of blood is constantly high. Tunks 2023. This is like stepping on a water hose, not allowing for the water to flow properly, but instead causing a buildup. This is exactly what happens to your blood when an individual has hypertension. Since the high pressure of the blood is pushing against the artery walls, this causes the heart to have to pump much harder than normal. Tunks 2023. This eventually overworks the heart, ultimately leading to heart attack if not treated. How to know if you have hypertension. The reason why hypertension is also known as the silent killer is because the only way to know if your blood pressure is high and/or at risk of hypertension is through a reading from a blood pressure cuff. Tunks 2023. A healthy blood pressure range is less than 120/80, which is what individuals should aim for. The first warning, also known as elevated, is 120 to 129 systolic and less than 80 diastolic. After the warning, there is stage 1 and 2. Stage 1 is 130 to 139 systolic or 80 to 89 diastolic. Stage 2 is 140 or higher systolic or 90 or above diastolic. Receiving blood pressure by reading from a blood pressure cuff is important for being aware of your current blood pressure. Those at high risk. Hypertension can be developed by any person. However, there are risk factors for developing hypertension. A person's lifestyle is a factor that can be changed. This includes a diet of high sodium, binge drinking regularly, not exercising regularly, smoking, and obesity. These are all lifestyle factors that can inhibit a person to have hypertension. Hypertension can also be genetic, which cannot be changed. Those who have family members with hypertension, certain ethnicities such as African American and Hispanic, and aging are all risk factors to be taken into consideration. Tunks 2023. Changes that can be made. Hypertension is not a death sentence. It is preventable and treatable. Lifestyle choices are extremely important for preventing and treating hypertension. These include exercising regularly, such as going to the gym, going for walks, swimming, running, etc. Reducing sodium by checking ingredients and limiting usage of salt can help. The DASH diet, also known as dietary approaches to stop hypertension, can be implemented and has been effective in lowering and improving individuals' blood pressure. Tunks 2023. This diet includes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. There is also medication that individuals can take who have not improved from making lifestyle changes. Doctors can prescribe medication that is safe and will lower blood pressure. Now you know. I have shared how hypertension is the silent killer, a chronic disease that increases blood pressure, resulting in overworking the heart over time. It is important to check your blood pressure to make sure you are not at risk, 130/80 being stage 1. This is nothing to be scared about, yet it is important to be aware of the risks of hypertension. Ask family members about their health history, get yourself moving, and try to lower your sodium intake. This can improve your health and lower the risks of hypertension. Here's the source I have used. Thank you for listening and watching my video.